Three Corners is just your average small town, standing on the banks of a flood-prone river with a large pub anchoring the village at a once famous three-way intersection. Now it's simply convenient, as people chase the country dream, the country lifestyle, just not the unceasing agricultural workload. Population 2,000-ish. But like all small towns, scratch the surface and you'll be surprised at what you find underneath. In that sense, Three Corners is really no different to any other small town I know, except perhaps for some of the characters you might meet. Dust. It was a longing for sea breezes and misty rain. For green grass all year round. For trees that stood tall and grew straight. No more red rust dust. The smell of the smelter, its acrid taste so constantly depriving his senses of real aromas and real flavours. No more coal, dust to coat every car, every building, every window in the same hue. The suffocating humidity that sapped energy and made everyone snarky. He'd swap it for crisp, clean air, for 4 definable seasons, a blue sky and an ocean with real waves, real sand on the beach, and real people in the town. Wrapped in his own thoughts, he climbed the hill home. Through his mind, span all the things that he tried not to think of at work. At work, he had to smile, to be happy, to make sure that all around him were happy. All were happy, and it was nice not to think for a while. His feet hurt, his back hurt, his face ached from smiling, which was odd because he really enjoyed making them smile. The traffic was steady on the road, overtaking him, reaching his destination 20 minutes before he'd even get close. And the night air was filled with such reckless promise. People gathered outside the pub, laughing, hailing friends across the street. Couples walking down the hill to restaurants and cafes by the empty river, all dressed up, some holding hands, some too nervous. They all passed him as he made his way up the hill, alone. As he continued, his isolation grew. The trouble so wonderfully held at bay invaded his thoughts with a viciousness that stabbed through his chest and temporarily took his breath away. He would cope. He always did. Though sometimes, like now, it wasn't clear how. It was just a small kindness, but so unexpected and so appreciated he wondered if the taxi driver would ever know. It had halted before the intersection and waved for him to pass in front. Such a small kindness. He took a deep breath. He would cope. He would go on. He could. Today's episode of Three Corners was produced by our maestro,
Postie,
and featured the spelt-like tones of Jack. For more stories, go to hittheroadjack.com.au or subscribe to the Three Corners podcast.